Alright, so 3-lap race in the vintage touring cars. This is the Tier 1, I think, so there's the BMW and a Chevy both in this. These drive quite bad, in fact. They're very weighty, the weight shift is quite bad.
Focus.
You'll see what I mean here, but it's one of those cars that the model is great, like it's a beautiful car, it's done really well, as you can see there, it's great, but it's one of those cars that's fun, but at the same time frustrating to drive. Not enjoyable to drive, but that's no fault of, you know, the guys at Riza. I don't think that's just the type of car that it is. And you can see already what the problem actually is.
On your right. You're in the middle, 3 wide.
There's just no grip on the car.
You've got some serious suspension damage there.
Whatsoever. So let's just restart this, you'll see what I mean. It's like on the cold tires, there's no grip at all. And, you know, any little slip of the car is almost unrecoverable. And that kind of frustrates you as well, because you can't really...
Green.
You can't really drive it in a fun way, and it's difficult to try and figure out where the limit actually is. The limit is so low, in fact, and as soon as you're there, it's almost too late.
On your right. Hold your line.
I mean,
Clear all round.
it could be just a problem is in the chair driving the car, so I'm also aware of that as well. But these things are very temperamental. You can see me like trying to constantly correcting the car, trying to figure out where the car actually is in terms of the grip limit.
Right side's clear.
I tell you, it makes for an engaging drive, and if you're going to drive these, you really have to be switched on. Mentally, it's again like just...
Car left, clear left. You've just gone out of track limits.
Yeah, like, I tell you what, let's restart this one more time. But I maintain what I say, it's just not enjoyable, it's not fun. It's like the car is just ridiculous once you go over that slip limit on the tire. Like, it's just yeah, I mean, you can see it for yourself.
Go.
I'll give this a go and I'll try to be super careful, but it's highly likely that I won't even finish a race here. Brakes off the throttle, just gently feed it into the corner. And I'm trying to be like super gentle here. Like no sudden, you know, definitely not chucking in the car, because there's no lateral support on the car. And what I've done is I've actually increased the front anti-roll bar a tiny bit versus standard, the standard setup.
Car right. He's still there. Car right.
There's that slip angle that I'm talking about. Once the tire
3 wide.
just begins to let,
Car right.
to let go, it's just like, it's the best way to describe these cars. You cannot race them, just drive them.
Car left.
And
Hold your line. Still there. Clear left. Car left. You're in the middle. Clear right. Clear all around. 3 wide, you're on the left. Still there. Car right. He's still there. Still there.
yeah, vintage touring
Clear
cars.
right. P11, 2 laps left. Car right. Clear right. Left side. Still there. Clear left. Come on, Gary. Good stuff. Keep it coming. might have gone outside of track limits there, on your right.
There's just no lateral support on the car at all.
Clear right.
It's as if the centre of gravity of the car is like 20 foot in the air. It's probably the most unstable car that I've driven in the game.
You're on the left, 3 wide. Right side's clear.
Alright, we will leave the race there because it's really not any fun, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, which is a shame really. And look, I'm aware the problem is probably me, right? Lack of skill from the driver, but I'm a fairly experienced sim racer, and this is weird. Like, I mean, even driving in the wet isn't as bad as this, to be honest. It's just the constant not knowing what the car is going to do, the constant lack of control. And you know, like, they are, I know they're old, right, but they are still a race car, so you expect them to be somewhat, you know, somewhat capable. I don't expect them to be like a GT car or anything like that, like a modern GT3 or GT4, but I do expect them to be much better than what they are. They lose control so easily just on shifting weight, never mind going into a corner, and that's very frustrating. So yeah, they're oh, it kills me to, you know, I mean, they're great models, and it's painful that they drive as bad as they do. You know, it's a car that I won't actually race much of because yeah, I'm not going to frustrate myself. Could be the setup. I need to do a bit of setup work. I'm not used to the car, so there's, you know, obviously there's an element of lack of skill, but I just find the weight shift on these so great that it slips the tyre so easily. And once the tyre slips even a small amount, it's game over. So yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Give them a go. Let me know what you think yourself. Like I say, it could be just me being a noob. But anyway, we'll leave it there.